Hello everyone! In this video I'm going to show you how to use the line height crop tool, which is available within the CodyHouse Typography Editor. So what's the goal of this tool? So this tool is used to remove the extra space which that we can see applied to text elements due to the line height. So if we look, for example, at this element here, you can see that above the T we have some extra space, and this space can be particularly annoying if we're trying to align a text component with, for example, an image. So you can see, you can tell there is some extra space you want to remove. So you can do that using this tool. So one thing which is really important to understand is that in order for us to remove the extra space, we have to tweak this value here, which we are calling a capital letter. And this value depends on the font in use. You have to set this value for any font family in use in your project. If we look at the general section, we are using right now sans serif, and then we have PT serif. Now, it doesn't make a lot of sense to apply the line height crop to the font primary, because sans serif is going to change according to the system in use. So we don't really know if it's going to work or not. But we can apply this value to the PT serif. So if we go back to the line height crop section, we can select font secondary that we know is PT serif. Then we can change this value, for example, from 1 to 0 point something. And then you can see how the space above the T becomes smaller. So we want to reduce this some more, maybe 75. There you go. So it's really close enough. So how do we apply this change in production? So let's assume you are working on a web project, you're using the CodyHouse framework. I have created a demo on CodePen. Now, bear in mind that when we copy this code here, then you should use this code to replace the content of the typography.scss file of the framework. In this case, we're just going to paste this code into this demo, but just keep in mind you have to replace the typography content. This is a classic example. We have some text, and then we have something on the other side, which could be a media, a video, an image. And we want to make sure that the T here is aligned to the media on the left. We have already copied the code. We're going to paste it here, like that. Save. By doing so, we are applying the typography rules that we set in the editor to this text component we have in this demo. You can tell there is extra space here. Now, we know that we have set a value for the capital letter, and this value is actually set in the typography right here. Font secondary capital letter 0.75. Now, let me show you how to apply this value. So I'm targeting the H1 element, which is this one. And you can use the line height crop mixin. So you can go with include LH crop, and then you can pass to this mixin. First of all, it needs the line height, and we know that the line height of the heading elements are stored into a variable. So I'm going just to copy line height, heading line height. Here we go, and paste it here. And then we need to pass the second variable, which is the font secondary capital letter. Once again, variable. There you go. Now, as you can see, there is no longer space above the T, so the mission is achieved. If you want to learn more about the line height mixin and in general about how we use typography in the CodyHouse framework, you can head over to the documentation page we have on our website. And then you can use the editor to set the line art crop for each one of your font families using a visual approach.